And that's for 1.1 million. That's the kind of kitchen you're gonna get. That's what I mean by a $1 kitchen. A $1 million home with a $1 kitchen. Here we go. Does the price of your home determine the quality and functionality of your kitchen? That's what I'm attempting to find out in this video. The kitchens I'm looking at will all belong in homes that are listed at over $1 million. And I wanna see if the kitchens in these homes really belong there. Now let's see what we can find for the $1 million range in Boston, Massachusetts. Oh, okay. This is a good start. Holy smokes. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. This is horrible. Let's take a closer look at this kitchen. Oh, guys, this is sad. Oh, I was really expecting more out of $1 million home, especially for the first one I clicked on. I thought it might be a half decent kitchen. This has not even been renovated at all. This is horrible. Built-in cabinetry, laminate countertops. Ooh, okay, well, let's just look at function because, I guess anything can be prettied up. We have some drawers. We have a cabinet with probably just some shelving, hard to access cabinet. It looks like at one point the fridge was here, maybe? Then they moved it into the wall, because why is this cabinet so high? I'm not sure what's going on there. That's likely what happened. Blind corner wall cabinet, and it has a dishwasher. This is really, really sad. Can this kitchen be fixed? Certainly this can be fixed, but the size of this kitchen being so limited, I don't know how they managed to get this fridge in the wall. That's really the only thing that's helping them out, I guess, because that range, even if you centered it, now you have two little narrow cabinets that are not as useful as this one big cabinet, but with the range so close to the corner, you have a really hard to access corner, and you have the range just jammed in there. So just functionally with the sink and the range, it doesn't make a good scenario for cooking. Now I'm guessing because this is a condo, maybe if there's just one cook in this kitchen, you could probably make this do. That's for 1.1 million. That's the kind of kitchen you're gonna get. That's what I mean by a $1 kitchen. A $1 million home with a $1 kitchen. Here we go. 1.1 million. Let's see what this gives us. Standard wall cabinets, regular backsplash, nice range, Wolf, microwave or some kind of combination oven. Some kind of pull-out system here, which is good, probably spices or utensils, stuff like that. 3-drawer bank, which is good to see. Cabinets finished to the ceiling. Beautiful fridge, Sub-Zero. Now let's see what else we have. A galley-style kitchen with an open pass-through to the living room or the den or whatever. Now this is no drawers, so I'm a little worried here what these are. We have a sink cabinet and then probably a trash. And hopefully there's some pullouts in that cabinet. Very nice finishes. We've got some seating there, which is nice. It's behind the sink, which is kind of a bummer. That's really where you're gonna get splashed the most if you're sitting here in this chair. Like you're gonna get kind of gross there, but I guess it is what it is. Overall, a big upgrade from that other house we looked at. Wow. The only thing I would change in a kitchen like this is just to add a few more drawers in this area here. However, that could have pullouts inside there. I'm not really sure. It looks pretty. It's moderately functional. I'm going to give this kitchen on my kind of, subjective scale, 7 out of 10. 6.5. 6.5 out of 10. That previous kitchen, I'm giving a 1 or 0. I'll give it 1, to be fair. Maybe you don't know where to start with your next kitchen renovation, or maybe you just need a second set of eyes on your plans to make sure you have it all locked down and are not making any mistakes. Whichever it is, I can help with a one-on-one consultation. There's a link in the description below to book a call or to get more information on what that looks like. And if you're wondering, just email me and I'd love to chat with you about it if you have questions. All right, let's see what we can get. This is a similar looking building to this other one. 1.1 million. Wow. All right, this is a much different kind of condo. So this is a bigger kitchen, L shape, older style of kitchen, probably mid to later 2000s, I would say, for like this kind of style coloring and the fact that they have the raised corner and the raised cabinets and the different levels. That was something we did a lot back in the mid 2000s. This kitchen looks reasonable. Again, I can't really tell if there's a lot of drawers here. They have a corner cabinet, probably a Lazy Susan. They do have an over-the-range microwave, which I'm definitely not a fan of. Why are all these dishes out on the countertop? If you're selling your home and you're taking pictures of your kitchen, don't clutter your countertops and make the buyer be like, well, there's no storage here. Look, everything's kind of spread out there. There's a lot of counter space to be used. The sink is kind of small for a kitchen this size. It should be a large single instead of this smaller single. The dishwasher and the range side by side, definitely I'm not a fan of that. That looks horrible and it's not the best functioning scenario. A couple pot lights. They're not really in optimal places. We have this one pendant over the island, which is good, and it looks like maybe, or maybe not. I don't know if there's under counter lighting. If there is, good. If not, not good. Overall, this kitchen seems to have a lot of capacity. It doesn't seem to be that efficient in the way that it's organized, and I'm sure that if we redesign this, we can make this really, really spectacular. But I think for this one, I would actually give this one a 7 out of 10 as well, though I should give it a 0 for that over-the-range microwave. Here's 1.2. Ooh, this is looking nasty. This is looking nasty already. Okay, raised lunch counter, not good. Very cramped kitchen, not good. Over-the-range microwave, not good. Corner sink right next to the range. Ooh, this is horrible. This is horrible. They put this beautiful countertop. They upgraded this kitchen. They've got the nice glass doors in there. They've got the shaker white painted cabinets. They've done some work to this kitchen only to jam that sink in the corner next to the range with an OTR, with a raised lunch counter. This is a $1 kitchen. This is unbelievable that you would do this. Not cool, people. Blind corner cabinet. God only knows what's in there. It's probably there's some shelf. There's probably something living in there that's been in there for 30 years. This is an easy fix. Just put the sink in the peninsula, get rid of the raised lunch counter, or keep it if you want to hide the mess, whatever, but get the sink out of the corner and away from that range. Completely ruining the function of this kitchen. You cannot get the cabinet door open in that corner sink base. It will not open. The range is in the way, it's too close. Please let this be a lesson that this is not how you want to design a kitchen. Let's go to Florida. Orlando, let's do it. Here we go. Right off the bat, we have a much bigger kitchen space, bigger footprint to work with. Looks like we have a walk-in pantry. We have a big island. We have this exposed garbage can, which I get some people like. It's just a little bit of a pet peeve of mine to see that just kind of stuck out in your kitchen. Put that in a pull-out. Get rid of that visual. Seems to have lots of drawers, but then we have these cabinets and we don't know what's in them. So I always assume it's just shelving. However, this kitchen is designed decently. Looks like there's lots of landing area around everything, lots of counter space. Sink in the island, it is what it is. 8 out of 10 seems fair. It seems to have lots of storage. It doesn't have an OTR microwave. We don't know what's in the island, and we don't know about all the drawers and cabinets. It has some drawer banks, which is good. At least every kitchen should have one wide 3-drawer or maybe a 2-drawer drawer cabinet so you can store your bigger items, and some shallow drawers as well in the mix. Full depth cabinet over the fridge, which is tucked into that wall. Not bad. All right, here's another condo, 1.1. Oh, wow. Interesting. Lots of storage opportunities, but a lot of missed opportunities in a kitchen like this. For one, you know what I'm gonna say, just a ton of cabinets and no drawer banks. So first off, let that be a lesson. Like if you're going to design your kitchen, make sure you put in some drawer banks into that space. That's going to be very important. These single drawers are only going to take you so far, and the shelf that's inside these base cabinets is going to become very annoying. What's the missed opportunity in a kitchen like this? Well, one, it's the pantry or the lack thereof. So you have this one single door pantry next to the wall oven and microwave combo, which is great, but you have a lot of room here to add pantry storage, which I think you can, because this counter space is useless. It's your most useless counter space in the kitchen. All your prep is going to be done here, over here. You're not going to be prepping over here. Use this for landing area and that's it. Plus, you have one of these pet peeves of mine, which happens a lot in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, but much less now, is this kitchen desk. You're not using this desk for anything. Let's be real. Convert that into something else other than a desk, extra storage, a larder cabinet, a coffee nook, something other than that, and I think you'll be doing fine. Add some more storage. You'll be doing fine. Now, I do not like having a range top in an island. If there's some other way to design a kitchen without doing that, do that. If you have to do it this way, okay, you have to do it this way. But what does it do? It puts this big range hood in the middle of the room. It creates an awkward experience for people sitting there because now you're cooking, you have grease spilling, you're trying to have landing area and you're trying to have a conversation. And for me, it's not the best use of the island. The big miss is the lack of storage capacity that this kitchen has, and the lack of drawer banks. If they reassess the placement of the range hood, because you could sneak the fridge over to that other wall, there's lots of wall there. Put the range on that main wall over here, and then you have this island all to yourself. You don't have to worry about this or this. That's my take. All right, let's do one more in Florida. And these look like they're brand new, sophisticated finishes. Okay, this is going to be a home that probably has a brand new kitchen. Okay. Looked at some Pinterest photos and did a kitchen, did ya? Well, here's what I like. Lots of drawer space so far. Don't know what this is. This is confusing me. We gotta figure that out. Just a blank panel? What is this? They were trendy and they did this thing where they have these pullouts, and this is probably not a pullout. It's probably a door that's just hinged. So this could be good for trays. It could be good for a pullout if you have cutlery in there. I would just rather you have some drawers, but it looks nice on a wall like this. The open shelving isn't doing anything for me. It's gonna be greasy and gross, so whatever. You could put some wall cabinets there, but if you want that kind of open look, sure, go for it. Not my favorite. I like these pendants. They direct light right to the counter surface, which is what you need over an island. Cabinets to the ceiling, which looks nice. I am not a huge fan of mixing cabinet handles and knobs. Just pick one or the other. What's good about this kitchen is they do have some storage capacity in the form of this pantry, which is great. These cabinets here, they can be used for a pull-down mechanism or tray dividers, which can be very useful. These cabinets up here, completely useless, except for just extra storage for stuff that you need a ladder or a chair to get on, which by all means is a good idea if it means finishing the cabinets to the ceiling, because it's going to give this kitchen the best look that it can have. I would probably just have gone without anything on the wall if that's the kind of vibe you're going for. I'm not a fan of the open shelf thing here at all. Lots of drawers, which is good. The waterfall, which is, you know, kind of a passing trend. Take it or leave it. Island seating, which is fine if you need it. It looks like there's a lot of space here for a table, so there's probably some kind of seating arrangement happening there. If it's between the sink and the island or the range top in the island, I'm gonna go with the sink in the island. So we're still not sure what this is. If anyone knows, put it in the comments. If it's just a blank, is it an outlet underneath that? I'm not really sure. Fridge is built in beautifully, so that's really well done. So I like this kitchen to some degree. Some things I don't like. Apron sink is always a good feature to have. Protects your sink-based doors from getting water damage, at least longer than a regular sink would. I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10. I wanna go to San Diego. All right, 1.2 million. And this looks modern. Let's have a look. Okay, pretty run-of-the-mill standard condo kitchen. Small unit, looks like a small lot, lots of homes nearby, so they, you know, you gotta build up and you can't go really wide. Fridge, range, storage, landing area, sink in the island. This is very run-of-the-mill condo. I've seen a ton of these. You know, it is what it is. I think it's a good kitchen design for the amount of space you have. At least they didn't put a microwave range above that. The lighting seems reasonable. I'm assuming they have some under-counter lighting. So this is a very good kitchen for this space. I don't hate it. It is what it is. And it has everything you need for a condo like this. Is this just a mirror? Could they have made this kitchen larger? That's a window into another room. I don't know why this window's here. You could have extended that kitchen and made it even better. But for what it is, nice. Nice flooring. Outlet in the island. Reasonable size single sink. Fridge is built in nicely. Counter depth fridge. You know, the color is going to age. All right, so far so good, San Diego. I don't hate that. I don't hate it at all. 1.1 million, almost 1.2. Wow. Peninsula. Interesting choice with the peninsula. I wonder, is it a peninsula? No, it's not. It's an island. My bad. So, okay, it would have been an interesting choice that I wouldn't have went with. So I'm glad they put an island. They have the waterfall edge, one level, and look, nothing in the island. Just for this, it gets bonus points because the island is free and clear to be used for prep. You got all the stuff happening on the back wall. Sink, the range, lots of landing area. The fridge looks like it fits well. They've got pretty good storage in terms of a pantry. I like this kitchen. Okay, so this is telling another story. We do have a drawer bank here. We do have a drawer bank in the island. We have this cabinet, which is probably just a shelf, but it could have a pullout, you never know. Got the built-in oven. So, oh, it's got under-counter lighting. This is good. They're not in the right place. They need to be out further from the wall, but that's not too bad. At least they're there. This could have a light. You need a light over your sink. All right, San Diego, I think you did well. Let's go somewhere else in the country. Let's go to Seattle. Rooftop pool and spa. How nice. But is the kitchen functional? Because that's really what we care about. This is looking interesting. It looks dark, but maybe the lights just aren't on. Sink and a half. But whatever. This is a big sink and a half though, so this might be okay. It looks like it could be workable. I'm not sure because they have this extra faucet over here. So I think this is a pretty wide sink actually. Drawer banks, which are nice. Good. We have drawer banks. Can't tell if there's under-counter lighting. Can't really, what's that, maybe? Hard to know. Another drawer bank here. So this has drawer banks, which is good. This glass is wonky. Okay, no drawer here. Big pantry, fridge is built in. The good thing about a raised lunch counter, it gives you the opportunity to put in outlets where you need them, where with a one level you have less of that opportunity because they can't be in the cabinet anymore. They have to be on the countertop, so that can be a nuisance if you want one of those pop-ups. I'm gonna give this 8.5, 8.5. I think that's reasonable. It has some lighting here which isn't turned on, so that's important. This lighting's just general room light. Needs some under-counter lighting, which it seems, oh yeah, it's on. So there is under-counter lighting. Must be in a channel strip, which so you can't see it, which is kind of good. Cool. Ooh, we're looking kind of gaudy. This gotta have a doozy of a kitchen. Laminate countertop, which there's nothing wrong with, by the way, because I have it in my own kitchen. But this is a flat lay laminate with an applied edge. And that edge can be dangerous over time, though this looks in really good condition. Double sink, not cool. This cabinet's hard to get into because it opens into your face. So when you have these situations, instead of doing a one larger, wider cabinet that opens like the way this one does, just split it in two and have this door open away from you. It'll make using that cabinet much easier. And realistically, you still have the same amount of storage space. I know you have a gable in the center, like two panels together, but usability becomes, a better factor. Even on this one, when you're standing in this corner and this door is opening, it's opening into your face, and that's less functional. There's no under-counter lighting, so that's not good. And it angles off here, which I'm assuming there's a doorway there. We can't see the fridge yet. Older appliances, no drawers yet. See, this is very awkward. See how this is very narrow? That could be challenging. We have some drawer banks. Always good to see drawer banks. We don't know what's by the fridge. There could be a pantry, there could be a wall oven, there could be who knows what. Overall, I'm giving this kitchen a 5 out of 10. We have this kind of extra desk area over here with this pantry, so there is some extra storage around. I'm thinking this could be a good one. Let's have a look. Look at the ceilings in this place. Wowzers. Oh, here we go. Oh, look at that flooring. Wow. Okay. I mean, this is more of a doozy. Oh, this, that floor. This is someone's home, so full respect. I'm getting the hives looking at it. Anyway, this is probably one of the worst kitchens so far for this price range. One of the worst. I think it's the second worst. No under-counter lighting, no visible drawer banks. These are all cabinets. No fridge panel, no full-depth cabinet for the fridge. And then, of course, because it's a galley style and this door's in the way, the fridge blocks the door, which is just an unfortunate part of a lot of these older spaces that have these galley style kitchens and newer fridges that are deeper. There's no panel, which is a big no-no, but at least there's no over-the-range microwave. That could have been in here because it's a small kitchen, so that's not here. That's good. This is on an outside wall, so that's probably vented, so that's good. So I'm trying to find some good things here. No drawers, that's not good. Double sink. Even though it's one of these, ones that are bigger, just go with a single. Stop it. Stop with this nonsense. And okay, I'm crying for lights over sinks. So they did. They put something over the sink. They've got this light here. you know, cool. Good on you. At least you have a light there. It goes with the vibe of this kitchen. I'm gonna go with a 6. And I'm being generous. Let's go to Nebraska. Omaha, Nebraska. Here we come. Woo! Right away, they're showing the kitchen picture in this rooftop balcony. 1 million. Let's see what Nebraska has to offer us. Wow. Okay, this is kind of cool. Very industrial. Obviously, that's the vibe they're going for. This is just a glass panel hanging from the ceiling. I have never seen this before. So this is cool, because there's not a lot I haven't seen. OTR. I mean, lots of counter space. This is concrete countertop, which I like. Lots of space on the island. So good on you. Nice big island, so I like that. If you're gonna sit there's nothing on that to disturb you. That's the issue with countertops like this. You got these big seams. That looks kind of bad. No drawers. I don't think this kitchen has a drawer. Where do you put your cutlery? Maybe the island, but we don't know. Even if you had the old school drawer on top and the base cabinet below with a shelf, like even that's at least a drawer. I'm assuming you have some pullouts in here, but you need a drawer bank. You don't want to open a door and open a drawer. I'm gonna give this a 6 out of 10. That's just because the island doesn't have anything interrupting it. Here we go. Wow, wow, wow. That is an original kitchen. Flat lay laminate countertops with a wooden edge. Very retro, very cool, very well maintained. Something they did a lot in the older kitchens was put the handles on an angle. And if you think about it logically for a minute and ergonomically, when you're reaching for a handle that's on an angle, it kind of lines up with your hand, you know, like if it's this way, but if it's this way, it seems more ergonomic. They put in an over-the-range microwave, so good on them. Bunch of drawers, a drawer here. They had to cut into the edge when they put in their new dishwasher. That's fun. Obviously the fridge is too big for the space, but so it sticks out. They have pantry storage, lots of lighting here, more lighting here. So it seems like they have ample lighting. Pretty well maintained countertop. Upgrade that sink. The dishwasher's over here, so I mean it's a little bit awkward in terms of its layout. The dishwasher and the range next to each other is definitely a no-no. If you can avoid that, avoid it. I'm gonna rate this kitchen, regardless of how old it is, probably about a 7. That seems reasonable. Lots of storage. They have drawer banks. Just need some TLC, some renovation here. This could be a marvelous, fantastic space. All right, one more kitchen to look at, and this is in honor of my daughter, who is, at the time of this video, in Kona, Hawaii, on the big island. So let's look at a kitchen in Kona and see what you can get for $1 million smackaroos. This is one of those kitchens where I would probably say, I don't care, I'm going to Hawaii. All right, here we go. Ooh, wait a sec. This isn't half bad. Over the range microwave, no! We have under-counter lighting, that's a plus. We have drawer banks in the peninsula, that's a plus. This is probably garbage outside of there. Don't love that. That could be put in a cabinet. Not a plus. Nice big island with nothing on it. All the stuff is on the back wall, which I love, over here. So that's good. OTR, not a fan. Oh, the fridge is built in over here, which is quite nice. I like that with a lot of storage. This kitchen is pretty good. If it wasn't for that OTR, I'd give it a 10. I'm gonna give it a 9. How's that?